Okay, I'm going to be installing additional Diode Dynamics lights on the crash bars of this Kawasaki Vaquero. I'm going to be doing a set of the SS3s somewhere in this area. I'm going to tie them into the high beam circuit on the headlight, so that way when you hit the high beam light on the handlebar, the lights will come on. In order to do that, I removed the front aftermarket LED headlight Daymaker, and I've added a splice on the high beam circuit to add one of these connectors. From that connector, I'm going to add a T, and one's going to go down to that crash bar, and one's going to go down to that crash bar. It'll be functioning on the high beam switch, and that way I don't have to cut up the stock harness or anything. This is all the original plug. Just a little splice onto the actual light itself. So I'm going to set up a test thing because the lights haven't came in yet. I'll set up a test light to make sure it works, and we'll go from there. Okay, so you can see I got my test light hooked up right there. Now the bike thinks it's running. It was turned on and the light stayed on, so this is normal low beam mode. And when you click the high beam, my test light and the high beam for the front Daymaker come on. So I'm going to use this circuit, T into it, and run the lights to the crash bars, so that way the crash bar lights can be controlled with my high beam on the handlebar. That's the stock high beam. And you can see these lights and those Diode Dynamic C2s are a different switch, so I will be able to run several different options of lights, you know, depending on traffic and how everything works out. But you can see there's low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam. Super simple. Okay, as you can see, I add my Diode Dynamics SS3s to the crash bars. Those ones are going to be the fog, and those are spot pattern on both sides. Those ones are the ones that are going to be triggered off a high beam switch. And you see I've got it mounted to the same tube style clamp. I got to hide this wiring a little bit better, but it's just for a demo. But I think they look pretty good. They're super bright. I'll go outside and do night shots, but it looks good. This light that's on right now is the single Daymaker in the middle. I'm going to click on, that's the two side Daymakers, along with the Diode Dynamics SSC2s. Nice wide beam right there. And then with the high beams, that's the Diode Dynamics spotlights, SS3s. And that's huge difference compared to the stock high beams. You can see it's a real tight pattern, about 20-25 yards. Stock headlight, high beams, SS3s, SS2s. And I'll show you what the high beam looked like before I added the SS3s. Okay, so I unhooked the Diode Dynamics SS3s on the crash bar. So this is just the Daymaker in the center. High beams. On, off. On, off.